Welcome to the Out in Westchester podcast. This week we're coming to you from the KEE Oyster House, 126, 128 East Post Road in White Plains, New York. Visit them online at KEE Oyster House. That's KEE oysterhouse.com. Every Monday, lobsters are half price. Happy hour 6 days a week, 4 to 7 $1 Blue Point oysters, and Tuesdays half price starters. My name is Frank Pellegrino, and I'm joined as always by my incredible co-host Liz Wadolski.
Hi, Frank. Hello.
Hey, guys.
Hello, guys. Thanks for joining us.
We've got a full house. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. To my immediate left is a very popular local singer, but she's from the Bronx. And now she lives in Jersey, but she plays all over Westchester. Right. Charli LaToven. Oh my God, I'm gonna get it. Do a lot of people mispronounce your name?
Actually, no.
God damn it.
You're the only one.
I'm the only one.
To be fair, they just call me Charli for sure.
Charli.
They don't even bother. They're like, hey, Charli.
Well, visit her at the LaTovenShow.com.
There you go.
I got it. Okay, good. Brand new project she's working on, So Pink. It's a Pink tribute cover band.
That's
why she's got the hat.
I made this myself, guys.
That is fantastic.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But you've been performing comedy, music throughout the area for years under so many different labels and groups, and it's really cool to see the progression of an artist in the area.
Yeah, I'm very excited. You know, I have a big Westchester crowd, and Liz knows me. She's been out to my shows, and to be honest, this was like a baby that I wanted to do for a while, and I'm very excited that our first show was at the Yonkers River Fest that was just recently, and that was our first launch, but we might have a launch party officially in January 25th. Right now we're going through a lot of changes and, legal aspects and stuff like that, but in the Hudson Room, so... stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we often go there as well. And so we might do a special launch party there. So for all Pink fans, we'll keep you posted about that.
Well,
for sure.
I'm just a big Charli fan.
Oh, I love you.
You're a star.
Thank you.
You don't need to be a Pink tribute. You are a star.
That's very sweet.
Who's Pink,
That's
right?
very sweet.
Yeah. Charli LaToven and her husband.
Zach.
Yeah.
Zach.
Dr. Zach? Is it a doctor?
He's a doctor.
Technically, yeah.
What kind of a doctor are you?
I just got my MD degree. I actually had an interview for residency today.
Yay.
Oh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I just help her set up everything.
He does all the production of
So you're like
show.
the manager, the handler type of thing?
Yeah, he does.
Roadie, sound guy, lighting.
She does a lot of production when she does a show.
fires.
Sounds like something I do for a
She's
comedian.
got
But what do I know?
She does the whole big show.
Yeah, we have
It's not just her. She's got a whole big production that she does. It's
Zach, I feel you. I think we have a lot in common, man.
Yeah, broken backs going on.
Yeah.
Is your last name Pellegrino? Zach Pellegrino.
This is Chrissy and Frank.
It might be my middle name, actually.
We're also joined by one of my favorite comics, one of my favorite people to hang out with at comedy shows. Mike Figs is here.
Thanks for having me, man. What a nice place.
Check him out at the Atlantic City Comedy Club, October 11th and 12th, and then the Bronx Beer Hall right on Arthur Avenue, October 17th and 18th.
Hell yeah, man. I'm excited. Where are you from in the Bronx?
Arthur Avenue.
Get the hell out of here. Like Fordham Road, that whole little... Oh, so
187th originally.
I just moved there. I just moved to Hughes. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Getting
It's beautiful.
fresh bread in the morning, getting
Nothing
fat
like
as
that.
fuck. I love it. It's so
It's
fresh.
great. Get ready to, Christmas time.
Yeah.
I kid you not, because I'm a big ravioli fan, and everything that's like pasta, like fresh pasta, Borgatti ravioli, you're going to have to wait like 3 blocks.
Is that
literally the line is like 3 blocks.
I think I've seen
People line up at like 6 in the morning. You think there's like some celebrity showing up. It's ravioli. That's it.
There's a place where they serve mozzarella, and I got to say it like that because I'm a Guido. So mozzarella.
Yeah.
There's this place where every morning I wake up, the line is like across the block.
Yeah.
Casa de Mozzarella, I think
Casa
it's called.
Mozzarella,
Ridiculous.
yeah.
Little tiny hole in the wall. But I mean,
telling you.
I went there one time when the line wasn't there, and it was delicious. I mean, amazing.
Yeah, I moved out.
The guy's like stretching it. He's hairy.
Yeah.
He's like perfect. I'm like, he's got no gloves on. I'm like, give me that. I want that cheese.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So good.
And the marketplace too.
Marketplace is where we do the comedy shows.
Yeah,
the Bronx
that's
Beer
where
Hall.
I saw that amazing country song skit that you did. What do you call that song?
It was like music improv. I have a guy who his name is Tony the Piano Man. He has this beautiful I don't know if it's called a motif, something motif. It's this giant electric keyboard that can do anything. So he has these tunes programmed in it, and we did this little like improvised music thing where I just went into the crowd and I was like, say any genre. And one guy was like, country, and I was like, okay, we got a button for that. So he presses country, and then I just came up with this ridiculous song.
It was good.
It's crazy.
You guys should find it. I was dying because he's from Texas, so I was even enjoying it more. You just nailed it. You were just nailing it. Like, it was awesome. It was awesome.
It was a good time. I definitely had a few IPAs too before I got on stage. So.
That helps with the improv.
Definitely, big time. So that was fun.
So we should change this to the Out in Bronx podcast.
Literally, right?
This is crazy.
You have to realize that the Bronx and Westchester are so connected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
really.
true.
My whole life, I was always getting driven by my aunts, whether I was going to the Galleria or cross county, the
My
Yonkers,
mother's from the
Westchester,
Bronx.
Candlelight. Is Candlelight Westchester? Candlelight.
Yeah,
It is.
that's,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that was
Scarsdale.
my like hangout my entire
Really?
like friggin' mid-20s. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, Westchester goes to the Bronx, and the Bronx comes to Westchester.
100%. There you go. It's crazy.
Now, you know what's
I grew up
It's true.
part-time in the Bronx myself.
Oh, did you? Where?
Castle Hill.
Oh,
Okay,
there you go.
cool. Yeah.
That's not far at all. Yeah.
Builds character.
Why go to the city? You can just go right to Westchester. You know what I mean? And
That's
get
it.
some good stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
One thing I've noticed about being buddies with Figs is it's a lot of passionate fans out there. Like Chrissy Mayer's had someone dress up, cross-dressing to look like her. He's now dead.
What?
He died.
Oh, no.
Zach from
No.
Pittsburgh is
That
dead.
what?
For real?
Yeah,
Never
His
dressing
success
up as
fan
your
died.
girl.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happens when you dress up as Chrissy Mayer.
You died.
Figs, you've had some crazy fans too, haven't you?
I don't know. I need to think. Like in terms of like compound media or
Compound media fans, yeah.
I've had some guys just, message me like, "Hey, Figs, you're the best, man. If you need like $1,000, I got you." I'm like, I'm not taking your money, stranger.
Wow, I need fans like that.
Yeah, no, I know.
What do you give
I
me
need it.
$1,000?
Give them my website.
I need it, but I'm like, I don't. Then I'll look at the guy's page, and it's like him at Walmart with his 2 dogs, and then like just weird pictures. I'm like, I'm not taking a grant. I don't want to be tied up with this guy. But we got some wacky ones. We got some crazy ones. Believe it or not, they seem wacky, but then you meet them in person, and they're just nice people who
chill
like to
people.
laugh and enjoy
After you
themselves.
get the $1,000, what do you have to do?
I know,
for it?
Yeah,
right?
then you get
I
the
know.
money.
Now I'm never gonna get that offer again. You asshole! I was trying to be nice, man. But yeah, no, we get some wacky. Chrissy is an attractive female. I'm a fat kid from the Bronx. Okay, I really don't get that much action. Chrissy, she's the one who gets these weirdos, and I'm always gonna see Frank like, Mike, we might have to take this guy out. I'm like, I got
Are
you.
you very
Frank.
protective? Are you very
No,
jealous?
I'm not at all. Actually,
No, Frank is cool, but but
No,
like once in a while there'll be somebody who will say something a little too creepy. I'm like, okay, this guy might want to cut you up into little pieces and put you in a freezer.
Yeah.
But then she'll just end up taking a cab or an Uber with one of them. Comes out
alive.
yeah, and she survives and it's fine. I'm like,
She
all right, maybe
handles
I'm
it.
wrong.
She's
Yeah.
fearless.
Yeah.
Charlie, have you had any? Because you've been performing for years now, and you've built like a real, legit following. People come out to see you no matter what kind of show you're doing.
Yeah.
Have you
I'm
had
very
anybody like really get to like stalker status or just a little too creepy?
I mean, not personally, but I'll let you talk about this one because he was mostly like in shock over it.
It was
very
scary.
funny. so
Zach,
far.
you had a doctor, a patient stalker?
Oh no! I'm talking about the person for her. It was just very creepy. It's just the voice was something that you would see off of like an exorcism movie.
Because it was a message. And
It was a
You had a
message.
message.
And she was like
Yeah.
very breathy in the message, and she was just like, "Oh, Charlie, I love you so much."
Hold on a
Me,
second.
Wait, it was a girl?
How did they get your phone number?
It was no. It wasn't a personal.
I don't think you even met
phone.
this person
No,
ever.
It wasn't a. No, I never met
It's like
them.
an Instagram message
Yeah,
or
it
something.
was-
Like how you can
yeah, it
record
was
a
on
voice
social-
note
yeah,
on
it
And
was
they,
on
they were
social
like saying, you know
Oh.
what, you should lead people into worship, like your own Jim Jones from the Bronx kind of thing going on. That's what she wanted. You're like, we can create a following, and you can sing for God, and all of our angels
He
can
was-
follow
he
you.
was-
And I was just like, this woman's gonna stab me when she finds
And then
out
I'm
we're
like,
married.
well, you never know. Like maybe that's just her way that she just expresses her like love for something.
That's how you get blocked.
I don't know.
I think you need to get
That's
blocked.
how you find a president of your fan club.
Wow.
There you go.
Right?
Well, that's Selena, right?
Sally Nash.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you gotta be careful. No, but it's true. Like, I think that I've had like my share of creepy moments. Some of them are very forward sometimes. I think that gentleman one time, he was there with his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And literally his wife was like, let's go. But he wasn't even drinking, which is a little alarming, and I kind of felt bad for his wife because, you know, I'm not like a Kim K or anything like that. You know, it's like, dude, it's
You're
not
better.
worth it. It's not worth it.
Those are
Better than Kim K.
those are called swingers. Okay, I think that's.
Probably. Yeah.
Watch out for that. There's
She
a lot of
was
them.
about to swing a bat across his head, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you guys smell that food?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
just
do.
smell
And it
food.
smells good, and it's
I didn't even
seafood, so we
realize.
don't want it to
Wow.
sit for very
It
long.
smells amazing.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to try this food. It looks unbelievable. Again, we're coming to you from KEE Oyster House at 126, 128 East Post Road, White Plains, New York, KEEOysterhouse.com. We will be
place is
right
great.
back. That
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah,
Oh
it looks
my goodness.
amazing.
Wow.
back on it.
Wow.
Wow, look at that. He's gonna explain everything, right?
Yeah, he will. He'll tell us. That looks good.
Holy hell.
I'm loving that.
That's crazy. That's the biggest lobster I've ever seen cooked in my life.
just saw that. Whoa.
That's a three and a half.
That's only 3.5. It looks like it's like 8.
That's three and a half. When you get those lobster night, you get it for $44.
What?
Can't eat it, you show.
That's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Yeah.
Yo, Figs, next time we do a show at the club, come here.
I'm coming. I just messaged her. I said the owner knows Patrick.
You good?
Oh my God.
Guys, we are back. We are at the KEE Oyster House, 126, 128 East Post Road in White Plains, New York. KEEOysterhouse.com, KEE Oysterhouse.com. Mondays, half-price lobsters. 6 days a week, 4 to 7, happy hour. $1 blue points and drink specials. Tuesdays, half-price starters. Follow them on Instagram. Really, really active. Really, really fun to follow them. I've been following them for a couple of months. Really cool stuff. We're joined by Elvi, one of the owners here at KEE Oyster House. That was unbelievable, that food you just gave to us.
Dynamite.
Glad you guys enjoyed it.
Insane. It
Amazing.
was
Perfectly
incredible.
cooked.
So
Amazing.
good.
Awesome.
Really.
Amazing.
Lobster was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I never
Lobster.
tried branzino, and it was the first time I've had it. And it was so good,
And
but
it's a favorite among a lot of
Yeah.
people. It's just a Mediterranean
my favorite.
bass.
beautifully cooked. It was just amazing. I'm
It's the lightest fish we serve. It's just a light, thin, very light, flaky fish.
The halibut, I never had halibut before.
So-
that was delicious.
Halibut.
the
Every
Stewed
Monday
tomatoes.
every Monday you do half price
We
lobsters.
do half price lobsters, 2-pounders and 3-pounders, half price.
What
we
a
do
deal.
suggest you
All
make
night
reservations by Saturday, so we have a good lobster count.
Right.
You know, you can't expect to show up an hour before your reservation or without no reservation, walk in and think you're going to have a lobster because it's lobster night.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. We
Right.
need to, you got to make a reservation and let us know you're coming.
I always would order a lobster when I would come here.
Awesome.
Always.
Make that
I don't even
reservation.
care if it's half price. So
I mean, we do.
It's
We
amazing.
sell tons of lobster because a lot of people have had it or seen it. They say, you know what, it looks great. Give me one. They go, it's worth every penny. They go, we didn't think you guys do it so well.
You know
And
what I love about it is that you cook it perfectly and then you
de-shell it.
shell it.
The shell in front of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charlie
For
come out and he broke that
everybody.
thing down.
Yeah.
It was
So-
incredible.
yeah.
Just
It's
makes it
easy
easier.
to
You don't.
eat.
You don't get burned. You don't, because it's hot. It's steamy water. You don't want to burn your fingers.
Right.
Get all over your clothes. We do all the work. You
Melted
just
butter
enjoy.
on the side, just
Yeah, we-
succulent.
It's
Yeah.
the
And I was
one
so
reason
impressed
why
with
I
the-
love your restaurant. I
Yeah.
love the lobster
Yeah,
here.
that's so good.
Thank you.
And then
The
you
meat
gave
was
us
just as good.
how many different oysters did we have?
You had 6 different oysters.
Wow.
So you had plus the clam. We always have blue points from Long Island.
Right.
We always try to touch a Wellfleet, something from Massachusetts. We always try to do something from Prince Edward Island. They have phenomenal oysters, which is Canadian. We always do at least two West Coast. So we'll always do a Kumamoto because they're favorites they're in high demand. And we'll always play with something from Washington State because Washington State has some of the best oysters. So
That's the one that starts with a T, right? That I tried
Todd
today.
Inlets. Yeah.
I've been here many times before, and I've never seen that on the display. Was
Yeah,
that the
that
first
is
time?
my
It was-
They're new.
We had steamboats the other day from Washington State.
so
We
good.
carry skookums from Washington
Cotton
State.
Inlet is my favorite oyster.
Yeah, they're great. They're
They're
great.
so buttery.
No, but Washington State, a lot of people don't realize is one of the best, puts out one of the best products from the West Coast is Washington State.
It was my favorite one today.
Awesome.
What was you gave us a wine that paired so perfectly with those oysters?
Well, it's a Muscadet.
Muscadet. I have not
phenomenal.
had that.
Does not take away. It's very hard to find in a lot of places. It is the best pairing with oysters and fish. It's just a great grape. The Muscadet grape just goes phenomenal with our
100%.
with our cuisine.
I agree. It
Juicy.
was so good.
I mean, the acid cut through the fish beautifully.
It's
I mean,
just
so
perfect.
good.
That's
It's a
what I
great
suggest to
compliment to the
anybody.
fish.
And it's up to them. At the end of the day, it's all about what you like anyway.
Right.
But if you want to really pair, that's what you
Muscadet.
do.
Your guy.
One thing I really admire, Elvi, is it's you, Kenny, and Ed, and that's where you get Key from.
Yep.
Kenny, Elvi, Ed, KEE. You guys take the time, you do research, you all have 25 plus years of experience in the restaurants. You know which fish goes with which kind of preparation.
Yep.
And I've never heard anybody speak so highly and so passionately about what goes into it.
A lot of people say, what's your signature dish? They're all signature dishes. It wouldn't be on the menu if it ain't a signature dish.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes no
That's
sense.
the way it should be, right? Like
You know?
yes.
It doesn't.
That's how I felt when I had all this. It felt like Thanksgiving, guys. I don't know.
Listen,
It was
certain
so
people
much.
like blackened fish. Certain people like grilled fish. So it was all about picking the best fish with the cooking technique. That was
Especially
the rationale
the
behind
owner. You know, the owner comes to the table,
Yeah.
knows what he's talking about. You go to some places where the owner doesn't know anything.
We also care because we're a small operation. We want to make sure you're happy.
For sure.
We're not corporate, so every customer is extremely important to us. And,
You're getting a real deal. The corporate places, sometimes it's like,
But Tuesday nights I come here all the time and I order the tuna tartare.
Tartare is
I
amazing.
love it. And your fried calamari. Because I'm a
And
big
Tuesday
fan of fried
night,
calamari and crab cakes, and I've had that on the menu, and literally it's half price.
Right.
Yeah,
For
Tuesday
all
nights.
these appetizers. So if you want to try this place, you're like, I don't really know.
It's amazing.
Just try it. Everything is so fresh
is
and
so
so
worth it.
delicious.
with a homemade chili aioli.
Yeah.
What was that?
Listen, I tell everybody, it's like not just because it's
God.
my place. It's definitely worth the try. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it. Exactly.
Anybody, listen, we all three of us owners live in Westchester. We have a lot of friends and family. We just tell them, listen, try KEE Oyster House. You
Let it speak for itself.
won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
I believe.
But you know
Clean.
what? I love your history. How did you get into be a restaurateur and owning a restaurant here? You worked in the
As
city.
I was telling Frank, I worked in the city for 25 years. I just started it as a kid, and I just like being around people, I think. I mean, I went to school for something totally different, but I was lucky enough to work with some of the best people in the industry, so we had a lot of great mentorships.
Right.
So I learned this from successful people.
Right.
So I've worked for 20-something years with some of the most successful known owners in the business.
All right, so can I just say that I know this is a big seafood place because it's an oyster house, but your steak
Yes.
and your rub was so
I
good.
tell everybody, don't shy away from meat. If you have a friend that's not into fish, bring him in anyway. If you have
it
our
was
ribs on the appetizer, or
delicious.
you have our steaks,
Gotta tell us that rub. You
Yeah,
gotta.
yeah.
The
Well,
rub
we
was
have to
really
kill you.
good.
How are we gonna figure it out? That
you
was
know,
It was cooked so
good.
perfectly
It
and
was.
so juicy.
it's a wet aged. It's just
It was a
salt-based
perfect
rub,
medium.
no
It
butter.
was perfect medium.
You know, most other
Loved it.
steakhouses they do the dry age where they repack it with butter. Yeah, we chose to do something a little not more healthy, of course.
But you used to work at Sparks in the city.
Yes, I learned a lot there. I ain't gonna
Which
lie.
is a steakhouse.
It's been around since '66. So
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
you know, you can't say you didn't learn nothing there. It's still
course
owned,
not.
it's still owned by the original owner.
Of course.
60 years later. and
Does he come
they're-
here to your place?
Actually, no, he doesn't. He's now 90 years old. He doesn't get I think something like that. He's a gentleman, but he spends half of his year in Florida now and half in Connecticut.
Were you there when Castellano got shot?
Actually, that's how I got my job. They needed help after that. There was a couple of
There we go. Now we're getting to the
Now we
mafia
know.
roots.
Now we know.
Castellano got whacked, so
Castellano
Frankie
got
took over,
whacked. You got it.
and now he's here.
Somebody
Frankie
don't-
Five Fingers became Frankie Four Fingers.
There's a smell in the
Don't know
basement. Don't
why.
ask any questions. That's how we make the rub here.
And then you
all
throw
right?
out the
When
garbage.
you worked at it, you say, just don't talk about it. You know?
Elvi, I want to play a little game with you because you know how to prepare every fish. It seems. I'm gonna throw a fish at you. Not literally.
Ooh,
not throwing a
I
fish.
like
And I
that.
want you in just 2 or 3 words.
Yes.
Love it.
How it's being prepared and what seasoning.
Nice, Frank.
Ooh,
Wanna try it?
nice.
Well, go ahead. I mean, everything is going to get a basic start of a seasoning.
Yeah. Okay. Tuna.
Salt and pepper. off the back.
Nice.
Wait, is it grilled? Is it
Well, ours is blackened.
Blackened.
But you still got to hit it with salt and pepper before you blacken it. Salt and pepper is the base of any
Everything.
seasoning. You
Everything.
could always over-season. It's better than under-seasoning. Any chef will tell you that. Because the worst thing you want a chef here, it's bland.
Yeah.
That is like stabbing them in the heart. They'd rather you say it's too salty.
Yeah.
They'll
Yes.
take it as a compliment.
Okay,
Because
so
that just might be your palate.
bronzino.
Bronzino,
My favorite.
grilled the best.
grilled? Okay.
Grilled all the way.
Well, we had it today, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's so amazing.
Yep.
What was that froth you had on the tuna? That little lime.
All right, so what we do is just we put on the side. We put a lime scented sour
Oh yeah,
cream.
that was amazing.
It's a good balance with the fire on the crust.
I was licking the
On the
plate.
rub.
You guys didn't see me when you went to the bathroom. I
nice.
started licking the plate. Delicious.
Figs, throw a fish at him.
Flounder.
Flounder, salt, pepper. Best thing is actually when we do it as a special, we'll lightly bread it and bake it.
Yes.
It should speak for itself because it's light and delicate, and we'll put it with a fresh piece of lemon on the side.
Yes.
Wow.
See,
Charlie?
most fresh fish should speak for itself. You shouldn't really have to do much to it.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
For sure.
So the product has to speak for itself, and you have to be able to taste the qualities of the fish. You should not have to do anything that's oversauced, anything, pay the check,
Overbuttered.
run out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Pay the check, run out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
There you go.
And if you ain't paying $30, excuse me, at least for your fish entree,
Yeah.
because it's market price. It has nothing to do with. Fish is expensive.
100%.
And if I go to a restaurant and if I see a menu and it's under $30, I won't order it. Why?
Question
Because
mark.
Any fresh fish for any restaurant to stay in business has to be at least $30-something.
Yeah.
It's just the way the market pricing. Everybody goes to the same source. It's a matter of do you buy the best stuff or not so much.
So you're saying the $16 salmon that I got at Applebee's wasn't good?
Run.
It was from
Frozen.
Run.
Run.
Right?
It was from
Yeah.
Orchard Beach.
Run. Not even.
Not even.
Orchard Beach parking lot.
Damn.
So it's just the market. I mean, the price of fish is just so high. Demand is growing. More young kids are eating fish more than ever. Fish is it's a growing genre. I mean, fish is growing. It's exploding.
It's
more people
healthier,
are more
too.
conscious.
Absolutely.
Yes. So it's going in everybody's diet more and more.
Gluten free.
Yes.
Everything that everybody can
Yeah.
eat.
People go, do you have gluten-free menu? I said 90% of our menu is gluten-free. Just look at it.
Yeah.
We don't flour any fish like a lot of restaurants do. We don't, nothing. We don't flour. We just season, whether we grill it, pan-sear it. That's it. Very simple. No flour. So
And your happy hour is what, from 4 to 7?
6 days a week, bar only, 4 to 7. We do dollar blue points, and then we always have at least 5 or 6 other oysters that we discount. So instead of
Exactly.
paying $3.50 for Kumamoto at happy hour, you get it for $2.50.
Right.
Can't beat that. And they're from Humboldt Bay, California,
Right.
Northern California.
It's all the same
Excellent.
seafood, fresh, every day.
Fresh.
Have you ever seen a bologna oyster? Are you familiar with those? The gigantic.
There's so many.
I
but
know.
The thing is this:
It kinda-
by popular demand, you got to stay away from the big ones. You just can't sell them.
Grouper.
They just
That's
can't
the
sell
fish
them.
I want you to
People
tell.
have
How do I
not that
cook
there's anything
grouper?
wrong with them.
You get the naked cowboys and stuff like that.
I didn't get them, but I heard about them. I heard about them.
Yeah, I don't want to make a cowboy. It's out of here.
Okay. Well, those are Long Island. It's from Long Island. You know.
Yeah.
The bigger the oyster, the harder to sell.
It is.
Yeah.
Some people are just self-conscious. They just don't want to swallow a big oyster in public. Or maybe it's something you buy and
We
take
talking
home.
about
I
the
don't
same
know.
thing here.
That's from naked cowboys.
I don't know what it is. The
why
taste
you
is
kicking it?
great,
You
but
take it down all at once.
everybody goes, "Give me the small ones." That doesn't make them good that they're small.
Yeah,
It's a human thing. So whatever. We're not
You know
gonna
what I
change it.
loved about the oysters too? The mignonette sauce, or the mignonette sauce. I'm
We
saying
make
it
our
wrong.
own
That was fantastic.
It's amazing. We make
It
our
wasn't
own.
too vinegary. It wasn't too tangy.
No,
It
we
was
do
so-
shit.
What is it called again?
Mignonette.
Mignonette.
Mignonette. Yeah.
I mean, you got to be French to really say it correctly.
Mignonette.
Place on the Bronx. That's why it's
Yeah,
hard to
it's like
say. I have a
mignonette
challenge.
sauce.
I get tongue twisted on it.
Vinegar over there. It was very good. It
But
wasn't overwhelming. It was nice.
We do it with shallots. It takes us 2 days to make it because you got to render it. It's a process.
It's very good.
Most people don't really make a mignonette. They just drop some red vinegar, some onion,
no.
and just serve it. We don't do that.
It
We
made
break-
it better. It made the oyster better for me.
We stew it with shallots and black pepper and champagne vinegar. It's phenomenal.
What is the largest lobster that you have
Well,
in-house usually?
always in house. I have at least up to a 4.
Wow.
Up
Once
to
above that, it's got to be because I have to sell it, so it has to be a special request. If it's a special request, I could go higher. I just got to make
So
sure I'm going to
somebody
sell it.
makes a reservation and they're like, I want a 6-pounder.
If I trust them and I know them, I'll order.
Because you gotta,
Otherwise-
that's gonna cost you a decent price to get that in the house.
Listen, you're looking at, you need to sell at least 10-pound lobster, for example, $20-something a pound.
Right.
Do the math. I'm not going to take,
Right. No, I know.
But I could get anything if somebody gives me ample time. We have relationships at the market that we could get anything and the best of it.
What's the
That's fantastic.
largest lobster you've ever had here?
That I've ever had here, 8.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
we did it for fun. We did it for fun. We put it on the display. We were playing around with it. And of course, then we chopped it up, made a lobster roll. But,
So you were like letting it crawl around for a little
but
while.
it's not easy to fit the thing in the steamer, you know what I mean?
Oh,
And I said,
God,
okay, it's your
It's
time
big.
to get cooked.
Oh my God! You've guys done lobster rolls before?
Oh, we do lobster rolls all the time, every day.
Oh my God!
Coming back.
We
He's
do them
coming
every
back.
day, and we use fresh shuck lobster. Man.
Oh my God!
So we do lobster all kinds of ways.
So Elvi, we're in this amazing room right now that I
Yes.
know is your event room, which has this beautiful wine display behind us and a beautiful
We have a fireplace. We have a real working
And I've
fireplace.
seen this place set up for a seminar because that's sort of kind of what I've done in
Yeah.
the past, where you have like a screen or some sort of
We
like
have a
TV.
smart. We have a
There's
smart wall that
TV
you
over
can
there.
plug in and do your presentations. We
Right.
have the hospital down the block, so we do a lot
And this
of
can fit
events.
how many people, Max?
You could do loose one table, 24 people, max 30 loose.
30
which would be
loose.
3 separate tables.
So if somebody has a corporate event or some sort of like product that they want to sell,
This is the place.
this
Yeah.
would be an amazing place for them to come because the food is amazing, everything's exquisite, it's top of the line.
Very elegant room.
And you have doors that close off to everything else.
Yes, close off the noise. You have to have those. You have
And,
to have this.
and
the demand.
everything's street
Those are
level.
a demand,
There's no
believe it or
steps. Everybody, if you have to roll in, you can roll right
It's
in.
very easy. Handicap
ADH,
accessible.
exactly.
You can walk crooked and get in.
Hell yeah, you want
No, you can crawl in.
It's safe. It's safe
I might
to
be
drink here.
crawling
Walk
out,
out of
but
here.
that's okay.
It's a great spot. Watch the game. Put the game on. Have some
Yeah.
wipes.
Yeah.
Have
Big-
your own
yeah.
block
big
and some
TV,
oysters.
big
Relax.
You guys have been
I love
here-
it. The fireplace is really kind of
It'll
cool.
be 4 years in February, right?
Yeah, it'll be 4 years done in February that we're open.
Wow.
So it's but we've passed all the hurdles and
Yeah.
we're good to go.
That's great.
People did really think there was a need for a place like this.
I agree.
Yes.
They
I
really
agree.
lacked. I lived in Westchester majority of my life, and there was really nowhere to go with my wife. I mean, if you go around here, it's all bar and grills, which is short order cooking fried.
Yeah.
I could do that at home. There's no
You have to go to
point in paying.
City Island.
I-
Yeah,
even
not that there's
come here.
anything wrong with those,
Yeah.
but when
Yeah,
you come
but
to a certain
sometimes you
age,
wanna get a
I
little-
can't. Yeah, you want something a little nice, you want
Yeah.
a special occasion,
Yeah.
or something a little more quality or better for you. You got to come to us.
So you're saying the Red Lobster on Central Avenue just isn't up to snuff.
I've been
learning
coming
a
here
lot
since-
today.
It's a
I've
good,
been coming here since they
beginner.
opened.
It's a good beginner. There's
Good
nothing
beginner.
wrong with Red Lobster, but it's not a.
But you can get salmon for $5.99 there, man.
No.
Telling me that's not great quality?
I don't know what it is. That's the thing.
Honestly,
Salmon's purple, but who cares? Huh?
I went to school today. I did. You taught me so much. I feel like I'm way behind all three of you guys. You two have been here before. I've
Frank
never
was
been
asking you about a salmon recipe.
I want to learn how to cook salmon now. Yeah.
Are you taught?
I've been inspired. No. I like to cook.
Debilitated that you
No, wait.
can't
She got
make
that.
Had I known that
She's
he loved
mad.
salmon, I would have got you ours.
No. It's just I know it's an easier fish to cook, or it'd be harder for me to screw it up. But I'm inspired.
Ask your
But
girlfriend.
it's
food
actually
was
like,
so
it's very
good.
similar to the other fish. It's pretty, you know what I mean? You don't overcook it. You
It's
kind
different.
of
I wanted to really try other things, but our salmon is phenomenal. People love
I'm
it.
going to be back for it.
You definitely got to
I will.
try
You
it.
should
Had
come
I
back.
known, I would have gave you one.
I got to bring Chrissy, and I know she's going to want to come
You
for
should
the
really
dollar
try
oysters.
branzino. If you do branzino, she's going to be very
I
impressed.
can't wait
Really?
to show her
Yes.
the pictures. She's going to be
Yes.
so
Oh, she's going to be so jealous.
I'm surprised she's not
What
here.
a lot of people don't understand is the whole genre, the whole place is all about New York.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't realize that New York City was the oyster capital of the world. So the whole
Well, it was
idea.
the Hunt Street Seaport.
Yep.
That's
Literally, people
exactly
would fly from all
what
over
it
the
was.
world. Every
No,
hot
I
dog
know.
vendor today and nut vendor was an oyster vendor. If
Yep.
you looked at late 1800s, early 1900s, Trinity Church, for example, the mortars out of oyster shells. Some of the main landmark buildings in Manhattan have oyster
All
mortar.
right. So,
So that's the whole idea. There's no boats in here, no flags. What we have is black and white, show business, marble, New York Oyster Bar. So we celebrate New York here.
all right. So I want to
That's the
ask
design,
you
the inspiration behind
something
the
that's
design.
like
That's good design.
a facade or something that's been like thrown around a little bit in the industry, in the restaurant industry, is like you should not have seafood on Monday.
That's
Is that because like everything's closed at the Huts Point?
you know what? Years
Fish
ago,
market
they
on a
say with the
Sunday?
R, don't eat oysters on certain months. Years ago, that was like a wives' tale with no refrigeration and with distribution.
Yeah.
I would say yes, but in modern era, no. You could get
fresh.
You get fresh. The market's open 5 days a week, Saturdays, Sundays. Even all the main houses hold product, so there's plenty of product 7 days a week.
Do you have a lobster tank in the back?
No, we have people that tank the lobsters for us, which is better.
He just dropped the mic.
We let the professional people take care of the lobsters.
I got a boat in the back.
When you're selling like on a
harpoon the fucking lobsters, French. You think you're dealing with those?
I would need an Olympic-sized swimming pool on Monday night here, because if I'm selling 80 lobsters in one night,
what do we look
tank
like?
is not going to help.
Get the fuck
You
out.
literally need a swimming pool.
So where are they? Where are the lobsters right now?
Where are the lobsters? I feel like
They're hanging out with the guys in the kitchen.
They don't know what's coming. They're having a good time.
You know what I love is when we were having the appetizers, you said, "Are you guys ready for me to execute?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then I thought,
Literally,
he's gonna murder the lobster.
Got a fucking
bring it up
black
and
hood
put it in
came
the-
out.
Yeah.
like the moment he said that, I was like, he's my hero.
Have you cooked a lobster ever, Fred?
I've never cooked a lobster.
I tell one of my main guys, you're going to hell. I tell you that all the time. You do a lot of killing, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Sebastian.
Executing.
Under the sea over here.
Ariel's crying in the corner the whole time.
You and Chrissy come over and I'll cook you lobsters. It's a really easy.
I don't want to watch the execution.
All you need to do is put them in a barrel.
I don't want to see that happen.
Dump them in.
You ever-
Make sure you put the lid on.
Funny story.
You gotta put the
more
lid on.
complicated
If you
than
don't
that.
put the lid on, no, I've had a lobster jump out of a lobster pot.
Oh, it's hot.
Have you had that?
No.
So he jumps out and he goes on the floor and he's like, oh no!
Oh,
Like that, I
man.
swear to God, yeah, it was
No, we
bad.
use steamers. No,
They
we use
jump,
steamers.
they
We
jump.
don't let them go in pots.
So they feel like they're in a spa for a few minutes, and then it's.
They don't go nowhere.
Timing is
Too
very
late.
important. Most people think they know how to cook a lobster. It's actually complicated.
What about a crab?
Believe
It
or
is
not,
complicated.
It's not that easy.
Is crab the same
He
way?
tried to cook a crab one time.
What happened?
Oh, no, don't do this to the poor guy.
I'm so sorry.
Poor guy, he's not here to defend
He's
himself.
not even here. No.
The
he-
doctor?
So he
The doctor.
took the crab. What'd you do? You put it in the oven and you just let it sit there?
Put butter on it.
He just threw it in there, but it was like
Still
so
alive?
hard. It was just like it was not
Tried the
edible.
hell out of it. Yeah, no,
So
it's
he didn't
gotta
know he
go
was
in water.
supposed to steam
It's
it,
gotta
right?
go in
You're
water.
supposed to steam it.
It's gotta go in water.
It was in there for 5 hours, Liz, and he's trying to impress me.
Poor
and I'm like,
lobster.
give it
He's
forever.
tortured.
this
Killed
poor
it.
crab. It's just like it's red and it's like this table.
So I
when it
say,
comes
let the
out.
professionals do it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
There's a science to everything.
Liz, I will not be coming over to your place for you
Or
to
let Zach
do
cook
that.
anything for you.
I will not be coming over to your place either for lobster.
I have jumping lobsters. They're actually kind of fun. No.
You redeemed yourself with the French onion soup.
You saw that commercial, right, where the lobster's sitting in the pool and he sees the chef
Yes,
coming out
yeah.
and he hides back in the water.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
It's pretty funny.
That's true though.
So you've both tortured lobsters. So it's not. So what is the way? Like, what's the easiest way or the best
Well,
way?
you got to cook them a certain amount, depending on the type of lobster, what type of shell it is. There's a certain time amount that you're supposed to cook it.
So you steam all your lobsters here?
Yeah, we steam them.
Okay.
But that's the correct way. But depending on how big it is, the poundage, the size of it is based on the time.
Exactly.
You cannot cook every lobster's different.
Right.
A lot of people think it's just,
It goes by the pounds.
technically, yeah. But
Just
if
like
you want to
anything.
get better, you bring it down to the quarter pound. So, because every minute makes a difference with seafood. It's crazy.
100%. Yeah.
You can ruin it so easy.
Yeah.
So you execute it first.
You got to execute it correctly from start to finish.
So what's the? Do you chop off the
Like
head
anything.
first?
Right in the middle.
No, you kill it down the
You
middle.
knock it
gotta-
out.
you
Down
gotta
the
put it
middle.
out of its
You knock it
misery
out.
immediately.
Because you hear like the stories about they put them in right into alive.
Actually,
in
the water's torture.
The water's torture.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I've done. That's when they're.
You're
"Oh,
terrible."
And that's what most people do.
Yeah.
She's not alone. Not everybody has
Yeah.
$15,000, $20,000 steamer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's realistically, you do the boil. That's
the
what most
sauna. You
people
could throw it
do.
in the sauna.
Listen, I've had one of those.
But
I'd
that's a
never
way
leave
to.
my house.
That's torturous. You're saying you kill it first and then you steam it. Okay. Okay.
There's a certain
Like
way to
cut it
crack
right
them.
down, yeah.
There's certain techniques.
What's your favorite fish?
Which I can't tell you everything because then That's why I'm telling you, try our lobster. It's better than anybody else.
I'd be opening up
There's a certain way to
KEE
crack
Oyster
the
House around the
claws,
corner.
Still let certain heat in.
Yeah.
There's certain tricks to the trade.
Once
Yeah, the
again, we're
claws,
coming
right?
to you from KEE Oyster House, 126 East Post Road.
Don't do it
you
yourself.
You have to
Come out here.
Come here.
It's definitely worth
Place
the try.
is
I
amazing.
tell everybody.
What's
It's worth,
you open
yeah.
for lunch?
Yeah, we're open for lunch.
At 11?
Lunch and dinner 6 days a week.
So you open
11:30.
Which
at
day you close?
11:30.
We're only closed on Sundays.
Okay.
You close on
We're
Sundays.
closed on Sundays, family day. Nobody.
And Monday's Lobster Day, where you get half price lobsters.
Lobster night.
Lobster night.
So it's after 5 o'clock.
After
so it's
5.
Dinner. The half price starters is dinner as well. It's their dinner program. It's not lunch.
All right.
We do have a lunch menu. Which
So
is,
Monday is lobster night. Tuesday is half price off of on your appetizers.
Yep, we have that.
Wednesday is
No, we have an early bird 6 days a week from 4 to 6.
Okay.
In the dining room, you get half price bottles of wine from 100 or less.
Oh, 4 to
Wow.
6.
I didn't know that.
You get this Muscadet literally for 50% off. We're trying to encourage people to eat earlier.
Yeah.
Smart.
Free up our later time, especially like Friday, Saturday.
Listen, eating earlier is better for you.
It's actually better. You should eat before 6 hours before you go to bed. So we're trying to encourage
Yeah.
that as much
I
as
agree.
possible.
I agree.
It's better
So
for you.
you know, and this program or what day we do it might change next year, but lobster night's not going to go away. Just a matter of what night it's on.
Okay. And Wednesday, do you do anything special on Wednesday?
Wednesday nights currently no.
Thursday?
Starting next year no. We just
Dinner
do that.
is
And then, of course,
special.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is usual. Okay.
It's usual. Every other
Wow.
day except Monday, Tuesday is usual.
Right.
You know, those are
No,
the
because I
regular-
remember promoting your happy hour last year, and it was different.
Yeah,
and then this year you changed it up.
Every year we.
And I try to stay on top of it, being out in Westchester.com.
We don't change it often. We change it just every
Yearly.
January.
Yeah, yearly.
Whatever it is, we stick to
Right.
it through the whole year
Right.
because we don't want to confuse anybody.
Right.
So next year there will be some on Wednesday and Thursday possibly. I just don't know what yet.
Charlie
Can't
had a
talk
question. What's your favorite dish on the menu?
about it. Mine is the fish-wise is the halibut.
Oh,
Non-fish
It was
wise.
very good.
Non-fish prime sirloin.
Prime
that was
service.
so good, by the way. We had the halibut.
Oh, okay. I'm
That
sorry.
was good.
I
That
think
was
it's
delicious.
amazing. I like that textured fish. I like
And the
it dry.
tomatoes were cooked so nicely. You
They're
just pierce
stewed-
into
they're
them.
That was
stewed and they should
so
not pop.
good.
You have to pull it off the oven before they pop. That takes a couple hours.
Wow.
You make the solution by the stew by the batch. And it's just
amazing.
a different style of halibut. Everybody does it different ways. We brought a different technique that nobody has.
Charlie, when I invited you to be on the podcast, you said, and I said, we're going to be at KEE Oyster House. You're like, oh my God, I was just there like 2 weeks ago. And you
Yeah.
sent me
I
a
ordered,
picture
yeah.
of the oysters that you ordered here. That's how much.
Kumamoto. I love them.
You
But then
love the
today,
place.
I love it. I'm a big oyster girl. I love oysters. Like my dad, he actually worked in a fish market when I was little, and I was like the only 10-year-old eating oysters and eating raw
Yeah,
clams.
because
I
usually
didn't eat it
kids,
till I was in my
kids
20s.
don't like raw
I was
seafood.
such a
They
bum.
think
My
it's
parents
weird.
never spent the money. They were
Yeah.
expensive.
No,
I mean,
but they
growing
also
up,
think it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nieces and nephews love
but my
seafood.
children experienced that at such a young age. I told them by 10 years old, you guys were eating things that I haven't ate till I
Ever
was
tried?
30.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And my kids eat like adults, and they've experienced. I've had them in different countries all over the place, and all over any restaurant I go, they go with me. They're foodies since they were little. They appreciate a good meal.
Yeah.
and I value their opinion. They're actually foodies.
Yeah.
My
Chicken
kids.
and finger
And
and
they're
fries for
16
them.
and 14. Never. I mean, my kid, as a young as age, would go, "Give me the regular menu, please." They would hand them a kid's
Yeah.
menu.
My son too. My son is 8.
No,
My
yeah.
nieces
He
and
does the
nephews.
regular
My
menu.
kids are now 16 and 14, but they started since they were 5 or 6. They've been eating restaurant.
Yeah.
That's good.
So my kids
It's like
are
a
kind of
very
spoiled.
finessed palate.
Get rid
you
of
know
these
what I mean?
They're
crayons.
not
Give me the
spoiled,
Pinot
they just-
Grigio. Thank you.
They know how to eat well.
I don't need to do the word search.
They eat
Because
well.
Move
I
it
think
along.
The crap that you feed
see
your
the
body.
Give me an old
kills
fashioned.
you.
Yeah, you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. I
Yeah,
agree.
no,
So it
it's
is.
amazing. And
It's
today I
true.
tried the first ones I told you, oh my God, the ones that start with the T. I keep forgetting the name
The
of it.
Totten Inlets.
Yeah.
Totten
Amazing.
Inlets.
And I didn't know that Washington had
No,
like
Washington
a big...
State is
I
amazing.
didn't know that.
Wow.
Something that's up and coming on the East Coast is Virginia. Down in
Really?
Chesapeake Bay and that, they're going to become, within a couple of years, they'll probably be, they already outsell Long Island.
Wow.
They're going to be, we play with their oysters too a lot. They're going to be like an oyster capital in the East Coast pretty soon.
Really?
Yep, all along the Chesapeake and those states around there, Maryland, they're booming. The oyster farms are booming for whatever reason.
But Kumamotos are like one of my favorites too, and those are from Washington State, right?
Well,
seems like
it
the
depends.
small ones are
They're originally
the West
from
Coast.
Japan.
Oh, are they?
But the species was brought over, and they started harvesting them on the West Coast. It's the same water, it's the Pacific.
Right.
So they just changed locations. And now there's different types of Kumamotos. There's not just one type. The
There are
species
mating
is that,
oysters?
but then who you're getting them from, they're different. There's different types of Kumamotos. Some of you might look at two different ones, they look totally different.
Right.
I get the ones from Humboldt Bay. I think they're the best, Northern California.
Yeah, they're amazing.
You know,
I love it.
90% of the time, that's where I get them from.
What does it mean when you have an oyster and there's like something crunchy in it? Like it almost is it like sand? Because there's none of that here.
Yeah, none
well,
of
it
it.
could have been a shell by accident. Some of the shuckers
crushed
don't
up.
see it. You know, some of the thin shell. Shucking is actually a lot harder than people think.
It is.
And we shuck on demand. We don't pre-shuck nothing. You order it, it's going to be open.
Shucks.
We don't
Yeah.
even play catch up. Even if there's a rush, you might have to wait 15 minutes, but we don't pre-shuck.
Yeah.
And when you shuck, you got to make sure you don't chip. And if you chip, you got to.
So that's probably what I've tasted before. Is
yeah.
that
It's probably
bad
and so-
shucking.
It's
Yeah.
stuck in your molar. You're like,
Yeah,
There's certain-
something like
Yeah,
that.
it's
like
like-
Sediment
yeah.
of some sort.
Yes,
I think,
yes.
It's
There's
dangerous
certain-
I always
to
thought it
open
was just
those
the ocean.
oysters up. It's to shuck those
Listen,
oysters.
you eat
Have
crab
ever
meat,
shucked
you
an
eat
oyster?
fish.
No, I've seen
you gotta
people
You got to
shuck.
proceed
Ready.
with caution
Yeah.
because could always be a bone. It could always be
Yeah.
a shell.
Yeah.
Even crab meat. Should there
Could be
no?
a finger.
That's
You
an
never know.
Could be a finger.
Yes. That's
Don't
an
be a
execution problem.
gabon. Enjoy it.
Can I
Take
just
your
say, I
time.
never-
Take your time and relax
Enjoy,
and
taste
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I never saw in a lobster like the way I had it today here with the claw, like the whole claw was cooked.
I've never seen that either.
Right?
The
Am I-
knuckles, right? Is he called the
Yeah, well,
knuckles?
the knuckles are in the arm, and then the claws. The
That's
claw is a
incredible.
different type of meat.
And it's a whole different type of
It's a
texture.
different
a
type
whole
of meat
different-
texture.
Wow.
So good.
So
Yeah,
good.
the tail and the knuckles are more like shrimpy, like
Yes.
a little like more steaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
I loved
the
it.
claws are more delicate. It's like cartilage,
Yeah.
Yes.
and it has
yes.
a different texture and flavor.
I
Actually
like
has a lot
that
of flavor.
more.
Andrew
Yes.
was
Like
like,
I
the
prefer
whole thing.
honestly
It's just
Yeah.
the whole
crab
thing.
meat over lobster meat. I don't know why.
It's just
probably
there's nothing
because
wrong with it. It's just
It's
you
the,
prefer
it's
it.
the elbow meat that you like.
That's what it is then.
Yeah, you like an elbow.
I like the elbow.
You ever throw a lobster in a pasta and do like a lobster
Yeah,
pasta
we're doing
dish?
that tonight as a special. We're actually doing fresh fettuccine with fried diavolo with lobster.
My God.
That's the special in the dining room
That's
tonight.
amazing.
Little
Figs,
spicy.
call your girl up tonight.
Yeah,
Come back up for
make a
late dinner.
reservation.
Yeah.
We go on open table and make a reservation real quick. Come back here.
You know, since we don't carry a lot of pastas and a lot of meats, we do a lot of specials. We do the specials for regulars, not necessarily people that have never been here, because we don't have a small menu. Our menu's a decent-sized menu. So it's all about keeping it interesting for people that come here all the time.
For sure.
That's what a special's about. It's not about try something else because our menu sucks.
Yeah,
no.
or getting rid of
Our menu's,
something. Yeah, no,
this
it's
is
like,
you
come
come
on.
here 2-3 times a week. Let's give you something different.
That's amazing.
Listen, I come here for lunch,
That's what the special's for.
and it's nice. I sit in the corner. I get a lobster. It's all like prepared for me. You put it on a beautiful plate, and I'm like the queen in the corner.
What better way to start your week off also than with a lobster on a Monday?
I know. Seriously.
I love it.
You qualify for the Fra Diavolo. You qualify. She gets a stamp.
That's it. We'll fry the album.
I want one of those like little cards where I can punch that I've been here like 20
Specials,
times,
please.
and I get like half price something.
Yeah.
Don't worry
at one
about it. Once
point.
we get to know your first, last name, and you come in 2-3 times a week, we'll buy you a drink.
You know how long
you are
she's
good that
been
way.
saying we need to go to KEE Oyster House for the podcast. It's been like a month. You've
2
we've been-
months.
2
I
months,
came here in
yeah.
August, and I love it here.
Yeah. You've been saying the whole
But
time. I said,
I-
let's do it.
I've been here in June and July. I come here for the oysters. I love the oysters,
Yeah.
and I love the lobster. I love all the food here.
It's good. It's
hard,
so
it's hard.
good.
Now I know who can be my oyster eating buddy.
Torture.
Not a lot of women like them. It's just really
Well,
weird
call
to
Chrissy.
find.
Oh, actually, there is.
Text
No.
me,
I don't know
and
what
I'll
it is.
meet you here.
No, there's a lot of women like
We're
him.
doing it.
Yeah.
There's
We're doing
women. There's more women that like him than men. Believe it or not.
Really?
You know why? Because
Oh, yeah.
we're watching our waistlines and our diet, and seafood is.
Seafood's the way to go.
The way to go.
It just happens
No
that,
carbs.
of course, anything that's good for you, or even when you're on a diet, you eat less but you pay more. Makes no sense. I get it, but
And it's filling. That's what it
Yeah.
is. It's filling.
Yeah.
It's not like having just a salad and then you're like, I'm still hungry. You know what I mean? Just like,
It didn't taste good, and I'm still hungry.
and I'm still
It's
hungry.
both.
And I paid $20 for
Yeah.
lettuce. It's
You know
like,
what I hate?
Thank you.
I hate when you go to
Right?
other
Like-
seafood
Sure.
houses and you think it's like, all right, all you can eat, $20, seafood, whatever. But it's so sodium enriched that
Right.
you're
you
bloated
get bloated
afterwards.
in 2 seconds.
Yes.
And it's not healthy for
That's
you.
why I tell you. That's
You
why I
have none
mentioned
of
the
that
price
here.
point, not to say that we're expensive, because the market pricing. If certain things just don't cost certain things, I know it's no good automatically.
Right.
Just
Right.
because I purchase and I deal with, I talk to buyers and vendors every day. I know the local cost of meats, fishes, and that's how I could tell. And I know where you need to be profitable in order to keep your door open. So if certain things are certain prices, it's like be wary. Not that it's old, but it's just not the quality that that I want or I expect. Otherwise, I'll just go home and have cereal. I mean, it's not that you know, going out is a luxury. I know that. You know.
But you know what? Millennials. Oh my God, I can't believe I got that out.
Millennials.
I'm technically millennial.
Did I get that right? All they do is go out. That's all they do. They don't cook. And I think you're the only fresh seafood place in White Plains.
I think so.
I can't think of another.
There's a couple people trying to say
that
it's
can
not.
compare to this place.
There's nobody else in White Plains for sure.
I've been trying to, invite you and get on the show because I'm going after the top, the elite of Westchester.
It's right here.
I definitely think
you
we're
are the elite in White
that's our goal.
Yes.
That's our goal.
Seafood place,
and
100%.
Yeah.
But
That's
the
our goal.
steak, I was really surprised about the steak.
Our goal is I tell everybody don't shy away from the meat and the
Yeah.
quality cocktails that we use. Our cocktail program is amazing. It's probably one of the best in Westchester County.
Yeah.
And your wine room is amazing here.
Yeah, we have a great room here. We have great selection. I mean, we have 300 different choices of just spirits, just liquor.
Yeah.
Forget about wine. Wine, maybe bottle service, maybe 60. By the glass, maybe 10 or 15. But our selection, you can't have everything, but we have a
You have
great
mezcal?
spread. Yes, we do.
Love a nice mezcal.
We have.
You know who asked for mezcal last weekend? Jeremy Piven.
Really? Oh my God. I'm a dickhead. Oh no.
You're so centrally located here on Post Road
Plenty
in
of
Mamaroneck.
parking, yep.
Yeah, plenty
It's
of parking.
so good.
You're close to the train station.
Yep.
You're right down the road from the Renaissance and
Yep.
the Ritz-Carlton.
Down the block from the hospital, we do a lot of business with them. They're great.
With the hospital.
Yeah.
You're right down the road from City Center
Yeah.
and the Lofts.
Yep.
I mean,
right
you
between
really
the two
are-
malls. We're centrally located.
Exactly.
We're
Westchester's
happy with
just
the
down.
location.
This is a great location. This whole little area.
It's absolutely great.
We're happy.
Yeah.
Bathrooms are clean, beautiful space. Not sorry to cut you off, but that's something I noticed. I know
Well, I always
things
tell
like
everybody if the bathrooms are dirty, what do you think your kitchen
Kitchen
is?
is,
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
we
is
heard
why
that.
I
I
noticed
agree.
that.
I agree.
And that's a
You're
true
the other
fact.
person
Who else?
that
Someone else
said
told
If I
us
walk
that.
in and
That
if
was
somebody's
horse
bathroom's
feathers.
dirty,
Yeah.
let me tell you,
Horse feathers.
especially if it's dirty at 5 o'clock opening
For
time,
no reason.
there's no reason for that. It's, gee,
Weird
what do you
little
think it's
small
going to look
things I
like tomorrow?
noticed.
They're later on tonight.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So no, listen, when you're eating, place doesn't have to be beautiful, but it must be clean. That's a must.
Absolutely, I agree.
Beautiful is a different story, but clean, there's no excuses. Period. I don't care what kind of place you are. If you're not clean, I don't care. There's certain McDonald's that are dirty. I won't eat at them. I'll go to the clean one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get grossed out. They're not gonna eat there.
Yeah.
But
Disgusting.
don't come here on a Sunday because they're closed.
We're closed, unfortunately.
Unless you want to wait here until Monday.
Yes.
Bring a
In
camping.
line.
If you come Sunday and camp in front, I'll give you a free lobster the next day, baby.
Whoa!
Oh, there
First
you go.
5 people. First 5
Is that a
people.
legit offer?
I think we should all
Legit
sign
the
up.
first 5
Sign
people.
up.
First 5
Sign
people to
up.
camp out.
No,
First 5
don't
people
do
to camp
that.
out from Sunday night to Monday morning, we'll give them a free lobster.
Wow. Okay.
I'm in.
I didn't even get my partner's approval, but it's gonna happen.
My God.
So it's 5 on me.
These are the half pounders, though.
No. I'll give you 5 2 or 3 pounders. If you're gonna camp here,
The 3 pounders. I'd say 3 pounders.
That's
right?
incredible.
That's
What time
And you
do you
open at
open?
11,
I
right?
love the devotion.
I'm gonna
I mean,
camp
how
at
can
10
I
a.m.
So wait, what happens if someone comes
not?
in?
On camera, I'll know when you get here.
Oh my God.
So they have to come at 9 p.m.
Overnight, stay overnight. Yeah, stay overnight.
and you open at 11.
We open
Are you gonna
11:30.
put a camera
11:30.
outside so you know?
They
who's
are.
here
They're there
first?
already.
Are they already
There's
there?
cameras everywhere.
You know what?
Yeah, we're living in modern
Forget
times.
Black Friday, baby. For Lobster Saturday.
Elvi, I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna share this.
Go ahead.
All right.
You definitely should.
Yeah.
5 people.
You're gonna get 5 weirdos who show up
And Mike is
Lobster
gonna
at
be one of
11
them.
a.m. and I'm gonna be one of them. You're
We're-
gonna be like, the lobster's free. The drawn butter is $57.
I didn't say you could stay. You might have to take it to go, so don't get too weird. You know what I mean?
You get people coming up in like fisherman gear, like I'm here for the lobster.
You never know.
The Gordon Fisherman's gonna be.
Yes.
I've seen some real creeps lately in White Plains. You might be very scared.
Well, every city has the good, the bad, the ugly. So.
Walks through the door.
Are we talking about Piven again? Jesus Christ.
boy.
No, I'm not talking.
I said we're not
about
talking about him.
him. Not him. Some other strange, creepy guy. That was. Remember, I posted that thing that I was like, "Watch out, the lunatics in White Plains. Be careful out there."
Yes.
Last Thursday.
Yeah, I do
So I was
remember.
at Molino's.
Yeah.
And we got like the seafood tower, and it was all great. And I was hanging out with some old friends, and there was a guy in the corner at the bar, hanging out. And Jimmy, you know Jimmy the maitre d' at
Imagine.
Molino's, who's right down the road. He's like, "Is this guy bothering you?" And I'm like, who? No, he's in the corner. Who cares? You know, and he's like, watch your purse. I'm like, my purse is over there on the bar. I'm like, I know where my purse is. And like, it was weird. Like, we were all hanging out, and I guess he asked the guy to leave. And we were all having a good time. He must have been, I didn't notice him because I was really focusing on our group and having a good time. Yeah. So I dropped my friend off after, and it was like 10:30, and my friend was playing at Freebird. So I figured I'd circle around Mamaroneck Avenue and go into Freebird to see him play. And literally, I drove up to the corner, and there this crazy guy was, standing right there on the corner watching me in my car. No. And I'm like, oh my God, there he is, and he's staring at me. And obviously, I'm very recognizable.
That guy's about to get a 3-pound lobster.
I don't think he's going to come for it unless he's actually going to give it to him.
I'm like, all right, I'm just going to play with my phone and pretend like I don't see him, whatever. I don't know what's going on. And then, and I almost got out, and then he's still there. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to wait. And then I see him walk this way towards Haiku. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. So I look to see where he is. And he's there, and then he comes back to my car, the side of my car, and he starts screaming at me, going like this, like crazy. What? And then I'm like, I don't know what he's saying to me, but I gotta just start my car and drive away because this guy's obviously nuts.
It would have been enough for me to pepper spray his ass.
No, and that's when I went home and I was like, that was so bizarre. It was the same guy from Molino's. That's weird. And I think he was screaming at me like he thought I got him kicked out of Molino's maybe, or I don't know, maybe he was screaming at me because of our podcast. And I thought about that. I was like, maybe he recognized me from my podcast. He's like, you're crazy. You're crazy.
That is
I'm crazy. You're crazy. You're the podcast lady. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But it was weird. It was really, really weird. So
I don't know. I don't think he's ever been here, so don't worry.
I hope not.
Not yet. Not
very nice
until this comes out.
Pepper spray that I have an itch to use. So. If I would have been hanging out with you, I would like, we're trying to suck her out.
I'm definitely getting some pepper spray. That's a good thing to have.
And they sell them in this cute like bling stuff. Like they have like cute pink like bling.
Well, it goes back to the
seafood to like women defense weapons.
You know, it all goes back to like.
Just take a lobster around with you.
There are people that you don't know, who may know you because this goes viral every week.
I got recognized again last week. The manager of the Hyatt House in White Plains. She's like, I know you.
Right. I get that. I get that too now.
You went to purchase, right? So
I did.
Cool story. We got to stay at the Hyatt House, my class, because they didn't have enough living situation dorms in college. So we got to stay at the Hyatt House. And after my class went there, they shut it down. They never opened it up again.
I know. Her and I both went to the same college, which is amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's so pretty.
Somebody should be wearing that.
We are running out of time, by the way. Liz, you want to do some picks?
Oh, the picks of the week.
Yes.
Picks.
You know, we get so wrapped up in this whole conversation that I never remember where we're at.
Thank you. This was incredible.
It was
the best I've ever had, honestly.
Anytime. Be a pleasure having you here.
This week coming up, October 13th, you know, it's the beginning of October, so it's Oktoberfests everywhere. Are you doing anything for Oktoberfest?
We'll probably have a couple products, just drinkable products, but that's about it. I mean, we're just going to enjoy ourselves and join some parties.
All right, so the White Plains Bid, they're closing down that whole street here on Mamaroneck Avenue from Main Street to Mamaroneck Avenue. And from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, October 13th. And basically, it's a big free-for-all. They have a stage, they have a band. Everybody comes here and they all get crazy and they drink. That's on the 13th. The Unbrothers are playing.
Sunday.
That's Sunday,
That's
the 13th?
Sunday.
Saturday, the 12th.
Oh, Saturday the 12th.
Saturday the 12th is the Unbrothers at Pete's Saloon, which I love this band. If you have time, go see this band. They're so cool. They like mix different things together. They play covers, but they also like sort of do like old tunes and rock tunes, and they blend them together. So that's on Saturday, October 12th, the Unbrothers at Pete's Saloon. And then Sunday, October 13th at 7 p.m., I have to talk about the rockabilly legends, Robert Gordon at Lucy's Lounge.
Right, I saw that.
And his all-star band.
His all-star band.
That's in Pleasantville, right?
Yeah, that's in Pleasantville.
That's
Tickets are $35 to $45. And then on the 18th, which is sort of past what we are, but Little Feet. The band Little Feet is celebrating their 50th anniversary. I love Little Feet.
I don't know Little Feet.
Oh, I know, because you're a little too far behind, maybe.
Am I?
Yeah, maybe.
That means you don't know him either.
You're a
then.
little too young for Little Feat. Little Feat's
lost me at Rockabilly.
No, Little Feat's an amazing band, but they are doing their anniversary tour, 50th anniversary tour at the Capitol Theater.
Oh, 50th anniversary, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, that's why.
18th at the Capitol Theater. So definitely get tickets for that. That's going to be a freaking amazing show. So.
October 11th, Fred Rubino is going to be at the White Plains Comedy Club. Very exciting.
I love Fred Rubino.
He's coming up from Florida for the weekend. He'll be there, and I think he's in Philly also that weekend.
I follow him.
You do? He's funny.
very Italian.
Very
He's
Italian.
always in his kitchen doing something.
He cooks.
He cooks all the time.
Cooks a lot.
His poor wife's got to film him every time.
Every
like,
time.
What are you doing, honey? I follow him all the time. Charlie, what do you got coming up?
Right now, I'm focusing on the So Pink tribute, so are kind of taking a break from the LaToven Show to get everything in order for hopefully a big launch in January. Launch party, like I said, at the Hudson Room on January 25th, I believe.
So you're taking the holidays off for the next 2 weeks with your show?
Yeah, and we're moving in, so we're moving out, and just we have a lot of stuff to do. We're moving into Jersey, and it's just a lot of stuff going on right now. So I need this downtime to just kind of focus on that. And also, I also like to take some time, even to renew the LaToven Show. Like, I consistently do new material. I never keep the show the same. I like to add new stuff because we do Motown, soul, disco, top 40s. But, top 40s comes in every other week, and you want to stay on top of it because that's the good thing about having the duo show, because I get to learn it as fast as, it's not like everyone has to learn it. Only I have to learn it.
So you play by yourself.
That's the LaToven Show.
The LaToven Show is all by yourself.
Yes.
With your husband, who was on earlier, doing all of the mixing and all
DJ.
of the background sort of graphics.
And then we have LaToven Party Band, which is like the full band. Yes, Steve Massa. Steve, what's up? Yeah.
We love Steve.
And all of my musician friends, like everyone I've gotten to work with, like Lee, and then there's Mike, and then there's like just everyone. Like it's just so talented. My sax player, you saw him. There's you can look up videos. And
I know.
It's just,
I know all of them. They're amazing.
They're incredible.
They are all studio musicians that have history and have recorded with major bands.
Yeah, like Lee played for Katy Perry. So it's like pretty amazing stuff. So I'm very honored to be able to work with such incredible musicians.
Well, you're an incredible talent, and if you have not seen her, you have to go and see Charli. She's incredible.
Yes, and
she's solo. She works with a band, and she also has this.
And now this baby, we're doing
Pink Review. Is it called the Pink Review?
I thought you meant Mike.
So I'm doing backup vocals. We're covering Celine Dion, right? I believe we're doing a Celine Dion too.
Yeah, so
you want people to follow you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. What's like your favorite?
It's the LaToven Show, and on my webpage you can access the So Pink information. You can see our video there. You can also access our upcoming dates with the band and my solo show. It's good that I got to clear this up here because everybody's like, is the LaToven Show? Is it with the band? So when it says LaToven Show, it just means the duo, and when it says the band, it means with the band.
Right. Right.
But
I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
When I always promote your stuff.
Yeah.
But a lot of people get confused.
It's confusing. It's confusing because I like to have consistency with the name, right? Because branding. You know all about branding.
It's all about branding.
It's all about branding. You want to be consistent.
But when I do see you solo, you're fantastic.
Aw,
it's you,
that means a lot.
And you have like a soundtrack behind you.
Yes, I have.
And you play similar music to what you play when you're with a live band.
Yeah.
So it's all the same. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's either with a live band or you have a track that's behind you.
Exactly.
With all the same graphics.
Yes.
So it's not like the show is all that different.
Yeah.
It's just the musicians are there.
Exactly.
Or they're not.
Exactly. So you get the same impact because I never, the beautiful thing about doing the solo show is that you can adapt, we can adapt in a small place, or in a big place. You know what I mean? Depending, and we extend the show based on the location and the crowd and stuff like that. And that's
so if you're playing in a bigger venue, you get the band behind you.
Like in the Hudson Room, we do that because it's a big stage. And, yeah.
And if you're playing in a small club,
Chat 19 or something like that,
where they don't have the room for the band, and you need all your acoustics and your video equipment behind you.
Yeah.
and your stage with all your lights and your fog machine, which by the way I love.
I love that, right? Isn't it so cool? I love it. I have literally like this little,
are the one person
a little controller that I just
like
press.
this amazing.
Oh, that's it. Just a little button.
It's like the whole
And all of a
entire
sudden
show.
it's like,
yeah.
I need one.
You need that for it.
She is a one-woman show that is phenomenal.
Thank you,
If you
Elizabeth.
have not seen
Thank you.
her, you have to see her. Vocals are incredible.
Yeah.
You've been performing since you've
But
been.
it's really the crowd. Honestly,
Well,
I
yeah,
gotta.
you feed off the crowd, of
No,
course.
I do have the best crew. Honestly, I have the best followers. I really do. Like these people come knowing that we're gonna have a party.
Yeah.
I don't get boring crowds. I never get a boring crowd. Every time that my crew comes out, it is amazing. Like the Tia Maria event that we just did at the denim party,
Right.
it was incredible. The fire department came out. That's how hot it was.
When you do So Pink, what's your favorite Pink song to do?
My favorite Pink song is Try, and I just love it. It's because the video, I don't know if you've seen the video, but you should.
I love the Miracle song. The new Miracle song.
Oh,
is
I love
my
that one too.
favorite.
But the Try video is just so much eye candy. It's
I
just,
don't know that song. Do you know it?
You gotta.
How does it go?
I'm sure I've heard it, but
it goes, where there is desire, there is gonna be a flame. Where there is a flame, someone's bound to get burned. But just because it burns doesn't mean you're gonna die. You gotta get up and try. So that,
Wow. All right, I know that song now.
Spot on.
Thank you.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
I'm terrible
were
with knowing the
talking about
names
how
of
you were
songs.
trying to-
I forgot the name, but
You were talking about how you were
so
trying to
good.
like emulate her voice and stuff. That was like spot on
That was
with your
good.
own flair, but that was like, oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
that
Yeah,
was
well,
great.
it's really hard because you have to learn a lot of, there's a lot of studying that goes
Yeah,
behind
for
it.
sure.
It's not like me when I do the LaToven Show. I have a very unique sound, but that's not the sound that
being
people
you-
want to
yeah,
hear.
for
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's tough because I have a very like big
that was
range.
spot
and I
on.
gotta
You do have a
bring
range.
it down. I got to bring it down, and it's like
No, you're the real
make
deal.
it sultry and rocky and stuff like that.
Like you can do
it's more
Katy
challenge.
Perry, and then you can bring it down and do Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
In your
That
show
sounded great.
in
Yeah.
one night, which is
Well,
incredible.
Soul is where I live. I love that. That soul music is where
You started singing at 4?
Yeah, I used to get bullied for singing like old school music. I was the only like little kid singing like Motown and stuff like that. They were like, "What are you listening to?" But yeah, it was a real thing. And now those people actually come out to my shows. It's really fun.
Yeah.
You
And they're
constantly
eating
sing-
Wendy's. You're over
No,
here
but
having
you sang,
fucking
and earlier
scallops.
tonight I was talking to you, and you
Fucking
were like,
oysters.
I never went to high school.
Yes, no, I didn't. That's a lot of people don't know that.
You never
And
went to high
not
school?
because I did choose not to. I chose not to because during that time, I got casted for Telemundo, and my career was doing very well, and I was on a show, and it was choose whether. I always felt I could always go back, and I did. I did go back, and that's how I ended up in Purchase, and that's
Right.
how I ended up in John Jay as well, and then
So you're on a show in Telemundo when you're what, 12? Like 14?
14 is when it hit, like, professionally.
So like 17? Was it a 3? you were on there for 3 years?
It was 2 shows, yeah. So
Do you
then
know the
14,
name of the show? What was
and
it
then there was Yo Canto, and then there was Protagonistas, and then
Okay.
there was and then I did the CBS show that I won here on Channel 2, which was from Prime Time, which a lot of people don't know. That's why if you see it says Sony Award-winning vocalist, that's because I won that competition with CBS and Sony BMG.
Wow.
A lot of fun,
She's
yeah.
awesome.
A lot of fun, but I got to meet a lot of cool people, like
So talented.
Like us.
yeah, well, I got to meet Lenny
song.
Kravitz. I got to meet Lenny Kravitz. I got to meet
How was he?
Kanye.
How is he?
I got to meet.
They're all quiet or are they cool?
Huh?
Are they cool?
Yeah, they're great.
That doesn't convince
I
me.
got
What do you got,
second
Fig?
honors in 3rd grade, and I've met Artie Lang a few times.
There you go.
Figs, tell us about what you got coming up.
Yeah, what do
Anything
you got
exciting?
coming up?
Yeah, we gotta come see
Nothing
you.
compared to you.
Tell us about
I'm
the
in
Bronx.
Atlantic City and Bally's with trash with people who are there for free slot play. Okay, I got nothing going on. I'm opening up for Gino Piscani, who's my boy. I can't wait to do that. AC Comedy Club on the 11th and the 12th. But yeah, and then I do things in the Bronx. We have a good time. But Jesus.
But you've been working hard at Compound Media now.
Oh man, well that's
You're on 2 shows
yeah.
constantly.
So
Yeah,
those guys,
that's
those
awesome.
fans are great. We're doing the radio shows in the morning. I mess around in Hot Water, and I work with Chrissy Mayer on the Wet Spot, which is amazing. I'm meeting all these beautiful women and all these crazy characters every Monday at 8 o'clock.
That you get to bring to here.
that don't tell my girlfriend. I can't bring the people that I meet there. She doesn't have a Twitter. Anyways, so no.
Are you twittering around with the guests? Is that what you're saying?
We go back and forth and stuff like that.
At the fan club.
Yeah,
I like the hand moment when you had to describe what was going on there. That's something suggestive, maybe. In and out, something like that.
Blurred pictures in my DM, but what are you gonna do?
Well, you got to do some research, right, for that show?
Just solely
the Wet
research.
Spot, you have like porn
These
stars
adult
on there,
stars,
right?
we need to research them.
I want to. You got to send me your feet. I got to check them out sometimes. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, you need to do the research in order to be able to do the show,
For
right?
sure. Research by myself in the shower by myself. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna need another crab cake because it's getting hot. But yeah, we're running around, we're having a good time, and then I might need some vocal tips from you because we're every third Thursday of the month at the Bronx Beer Hall in that marketplace on Arthur Avenue.
Where I saw that amazing
we do a comedy
video.
show, so it's me and my piano player. We do stand
Amazing.
up. I bring some of my friends from the city to come out. We do stand up, and then at the end we do like a musical improv thing.
Yes.
So there's this organization called Hydropunk that does this giant emo show every 3 months at the beer hall. 500 people show up. Everyone dresses up. They play My Chemical Romance songs.
I love My Chemical
Avenged
Romance.
Sevenfold and all this shit. And it's called Emo Night. So they have me headlining that with me, my piano player, and a full band. So I have to do Linkin Park, Slipknot, and My Chemical Romance. We have to do 4 songs. You should. I mean, this is my dream come true. This is Guitar Hero Live.
I know.
This is like I used to keep my mom up playing Rock Band, and now I get to do it for real. But no, I'm definitely gonna need your help because I feel like I'm gonna get laryngitis.
That'd be so fun if you went to it and
I'm going.
jumped in.
Oh my god, for sure. No, I don't want you to come in and go on stage and sing for real. And then they're like, why do we have this kid here? We can have a fucking CBS Golden Award winner.
You definitely should have her come in and sing for real because that's what people deserve.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks. Maybe it's like they don't deserve you, fatty. They deserve the fucking real singer over here. But she's right though.
He's a great guy. I'm so happy we got to meet.
100%.
That's the one thing I love about our show. We bring people together.
Together.
You guys are amazing, by the way. I just want to say that you're so entertaining, and I gotta say, everything is natural. Nothing is programmed. These two are just naturally the psychotic.
By the way, Blue Chew.
Are you serious? That's what the oysters were for.
No,
I've had a Woody this whole time. Just
great. And thanks for the meal.
Guys, we really have to wrap it up. This has been incredible. Elvi, thank you so much for having us. I can't recommend another place higher than this. This has been wonderful.
Amazing.
Again, guys, we're coming to you from the KEE Oyster House. That's KEE Oyster House. It stands for Kenny, Elvi, and Ed, the 3 owners. 126, 128 East Post Road in White Plains, New York. They're going to be celebrating their 4th year here in February. Please check them out, KeeOysterHouse.com. Monday, half-price lobsters. And you heard it from the man himself. If you camp out here overnight, you're getting a free 3-pound lobster. First 5 people.
Tuesday night.
First 5 people or first 5
to
parties?
10 p.m.
People. 5 people. 5 lobsters are going out.
Half price starters on Tuesday. Early bird specials every night from 4 to 6. Half price bottles of wine.
Charli, Figs, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys.
It's been great. Outinwestchester.com. Follow us, subscribe, all that stuff on iTunes,
YouTube,
Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud,
YouTube. iTunes.
Nobody watches us on YouTube. We get like 20. Facebook gets it all.
Everybody watches it on Facebook.
Yes.
We have to change that.
We have to work on that. Thank you so much again. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
That's good.
Good job. Thank you. That was amazing.